This is our operating system virtual lab, and here we have given some small introduction about what operating system is. And here these are the different topics on operating system and some of the information about it. So in operating system we have mainly implemented the four different topics, and these four different topics are implemented by four different teams and then integrated to one project. So now if I click on any of the demo button, then we can go to that topics algorithms, and in this all the topics we have implemented the different algorithms which are under this topic. So now if we click on the demo of the deadlock and concurrency, we will go to the deadlock and concurrency page, home page, and here we will see the small introduction about deadlock. And after that we can see the different algorithms which we have implemented. So we have totally implemented 8 algorithms, and which covers deadlock, concurrency, and semaphore.
See here, we have implemented 8 different algorithms under deadlock, concurrency, and semaphore titles. The algorithm consists of Banker's algorithm, lock variable, test set lock, done variable, Peterson algorithm, producer, consumer, binary, semaphore, and count example. So let us start with the algorithm of deadlock section. Banker's algorithm, which is basically a deadlock detection algorithm. Here in the card, as we have given the short introduction of that particular algorithm. These two buttons, more information and algorithm implementation, are given respectively. So let us start with more info. Here, as we can see, that we have given brief explanation of the algorithm with characteristics and disadvantages and the details of what input and output is exactly. So let us straight jump into the demo. So as we can see, we have to enter the input here. Uh, in the input, there are fields like number of process, number of resources, max need table, and allocation table. So what will happen when I enter submit button? So we will first find the need or requirements table for particular processes. Like what is the requirements max need minus allocation. So we will generate that and try to fulfill the requirements of a particular process in circular manner. If we can fulfill the requirements of that process, then we execute that process. Else we jump into the next process. In between that, if deadlock occurs, then we will straight shows the output as that deadlock occurs here. But if we can execute all the processes here, then we will output in which sequence the processes should be executed so that there is no deadlock. So I will give input here. Now the allocation table. So as I have clicked on submit button, the need table is given here. We will try to execute all the processes in the circular manner. This is the output in which the processes should get executed. I will give one more input in which deadlock occurs. So as we can see here that deadlock occurs. Alright, let's jump into next algorithm. Our next algorithm is lock variable. It's basically the simplest synchronization mechanism of all. Similar to Menger's algorithm, here also we have given short introduction of that particular algorithm. Let's jump into more info. So that is basic explanation about the algorithm and analysis of lock variable with the same input output stuff. Let's jump into demo. So as we can see here, we have to enter the number of processes. For example, I enter 7 and submit. Yes, so all the processes are generated here, the added state. So now if I click on any particular process, for example, process 1, then it will go into the entry state. But as initially we have seen that entry state is empty here, so it will go into critical state directly. And as critical state is filled, so it will give it will display lock state here. Now if I click on process 1 again, I mean if I execute process 1, then it will go into the exit state and critical state is empty, so that we will have unlock state here. So now if I click on any process, like I try to add all the processes into entry state and execute each process one by one, then it will get executed in queue-like manner, queue-like fashion. Alright, this is it. Let's jump into the next algorithm, which is test set law. Similar to the rest two algorithms, the other two algorithms, here we have given short description about the algorithm, more info and demo. Let's jump into more demo, more info. Here it is having the description and analysis about that and input output thing. Jump into demo directly. So in demo, again, similar to lock variable, it is basically test set lock is an improved version of the lock variable synchronization method. I will enter number of processes here. Here the difference is that if I try to enter one process one, then it will get into the entry state. If I again try to enter any other process into entry state, then it will show this prompt that deadlock condition occurs here, and it will reset all the processes to where it was previously there. So if I try to execute process 1, then it will enter into entry state. If I try again click on it, then it will enter into critical state, and as the critical state is filled, it will display lock state here. Again, if I try to execute it will get executed, and as critical state is empty, then the process will come into exit state. So the main difference between lock variable and test set lock is that I have to manually enter the process one by one, whereas in the lock variable, the processes were entering from entry state to critical state in queue-like fashion. Queue-like fashion.
We will start with turn variable. So if I click on the more info button, then I will get redirected to the turn variable more information page, where I will get the information about its characteristics, input and output form. And from here, if I click on the demo, then I will go to the demo page. Here initially the turn will be for 1 by default, means that the turn is for process 1. And if I click on the button for process 2, then it will create a alert message that the turn is for 1, because here if the whose turn it is will always be executed and not the other one. So if I click on the P1, then it will go directly to the critical state. It is empty. And then if I click on P1 again, then it will be emptied by the critical state, and the turn will be for process 2. And now again if I click on P1, then it will create that the turn is for process 2. Now if I click on P2, then it will go to the critical state. And now if I want to execute P1, then it will go to the while state, as critical state is not empty. And the reset button is there to put all the buttons at its initial state with the turn state OS1. So this is about the turn variable. If I click on the home page, then the home page will be opened, and now we will see about Peterson method. So in Peterson method also, if I click on more information, the information characteristics of Peterson approach is given, and also the steps for input and how the output will be shown is also given. Now if I click on the demo button, yeah, so the visualization of the Peterson algorithm is shown. So in Peterson algorithm, there is two processes, and the flag of both the processes is there. And whoever process I want to execute, its flag will be turned 1, and whoever's turn the critical section will be filled. So if I click on process P1, the flag of it will be equal to 1, and the turn for the next turn will be for process 2 as process 1 is being executed. So if I click on P1 again, then its turn is will be its flag will be again be created 0, and again the turn is for 2 only because it is tough. Process 2 has not been executed. So now if I click on process 2, then its flag will be 1, and now again we can see that the turn will be for 1 because P2 is being executed. Okay, and both are in the critical exit state. And now if you click on the reset button, it will go to its initial state. Now for example, the if I want to execute process 2, and after that process 2 is being executed, and if I want to execute process 1, then it will create a deadlock because process 2 is already being executed in critical state, so both the process cannot be executed at once. And according to that, we can do this. Okay, so this is all about Peterson algorithm. Now we will see about binary semaphore. So again, in binary semaphore, there are two buttons. If we want to directly go to the visualization, we can click on the demo button, or more info for more information about the algorithm. Now if I also in more information page, we have the demo button to go to the demo directly. Now here in input format, initially we have to enter the number of processes that we want to create initially. If I enter 15, 15 processes will be added in the edit state. In binary semaphore, there is a semaphore state. So if the semaphore state is 1, that means the critical state is empty and the process can go to the critical state. Else if it is 0, then the critical state is occupied, and if I click on the edit state edit state, then it will go to the entry state because critical state is being occupied. So if I click on the process here, as it is critical state is empty, so it will go directly to the critical state and not the entry state. And again, if I click on the critical state, then it will go to the exit state. Okay, so now again if I click on the process 5, then process 5 will go to the critical state. And now if I want to execute any of the processes in the edit state, then what I can do is I will click on it and it will go to the entry state because critical state is being occupied. Again, if I click on any other processes, then it will go to the critical state, and you can see here that it is executed in queue, means 9 after process 5 is finished being executed, the process 9 will be automatically going to the critical state. So if I click on 5, the process 9 will be automatically executing in the critical state. And if I again click on, they are going executed. Now I will show about means if I click on the entry state and if the critical state is being not occupied, then there is some process already in, please try later, alert message will be shown. So now if I will show you the critical state semaphore state, so the semaphore state is 0 because the critical state is being occupied. Now if I click on this, then also again the semaphore state is 0, it is occupied. Now again if I click, now the semaphore state is 1 because critical state is empty. So this is all about the same binary semaphore. Means there are two states, so 0 and 1, like that. So, and again if I click on the home, then you will be redirected to the home page of deadlock and concurrency.
Now continue with the producer consumer problem. First go to the information. Here the information about the problem, its solution, and the step, how to take input and how it display the output. Let's go to the demo. In the first we enter the total buffer size. Let's assume is 10. The next is the total item produced. Producer produced some constant amount of processes and push into the buffer. Let's assume it 5. Next is total item consumed. The consumer consumed certain amount of processes from the buffer and remove from the buffer. Let's assume it 4. Next we click on the producer button. It's produced 5 processes at a time and push into the buffer. Next, again click on the producer, it's again create a 5 processes and push into the buffer. Next we click on the producer button, it's display the notification no space because the total buffer size is 10. And then we click on the consumer, it's consume the process from the buffer and remove from it. Again click on the consumer, it's again consume the processes from the buffer and remove from it. And again we click on the consumer, it's display the notification no in a producer because the total process is consumed from the buffer is 4 and here only is 2. When click on the reset, all the processes are reset. Next is counting semaphore. Let's go to the information about it. Here the information about the counting semaphore. It step how to take input, and it here the display how the output displayed. Let's go to the demo of the. First we enter the number of processes. Let's assume the 6 processes, and number of semaphore state we assume it 3, and click on the submit button. When we click on the submit button, all 6 processes are in the edit state. We click on the any processes, it directly go to the critical state, and semaphore value decreased to 1, and it's now it's 2. We again click on the any process, it directly goes to the critical state, and semaphore values again decrease by 1. We click on the any other processes, is again decreased by 1, and now it's lock state, and the semaphore value is 0. And then we click on any process in the edit state, it directly goes to the entry state because the semaphore state is 0. We click on the any critical state processes, it directly go to exit state, and the process which present in the entry state come into the critical state. When we click on the edit state, it's come into the entry state. When we click on the entry state and semaphore value is 0, then it's created dead block, and it's display the notification some process are already present in the critical state, please try again later. And it's continue all the processes, and all the algorithm it's work like that.